Hi, my name is Tim Deasy. I'm the application engineer here at Champion Fiberglass, and today we're here to do a demonstration of how we use our Champion repair tape kits. This is for use inside of the field, where you're going to have cracks, breaks, anywhere where you would need to repair a quick situation. Inside of the kit, you're going to have a few different items. The first one is going to be the product itself. It's going to come in a sealed kit. Along with that are some gloves and the instructions you're going to see on today's video here. First step is really important is to put on the gloves. So in order to get started, all we need is a bottle of water. The inside of the basin, we're going to fill it up. After we filled the basin, all you're going to do is take out the kit, rip it open, and it's really important at this point to go ahead and let it get inside of the water. Now it's water activated, so once it's inside there, it's going to start to work. While that's working, we're actually going to prep the conduit section. So whether this be above ground or below ground, you're going to use the same process. We like to recommend 60 grit sandpaper, but anything to basically rough up the edges. The importance of this is to make sure that the tape itself has something to adhere to. So we're going to make sure that we get the shine off of it. We're not going to try and take it all the way down. We're just going to try and make sure that we get a nice matte finish on the outside. After that, we're going to set this down and we're going to start to activate the product. The product itself is tightly wrapped inside of there. So you want to make sure that you squeeze the product while it's inside of the water. This is going to get the water deep inside and start to get it to activate. Now this product's made up of a fiberglass mesh. It has the hardener and the resin inside of it. Without water, it's not going to activate. And if you leave it inside the water, it's going to continue to activate. So as you squeeze it, you're going to start to notice that it's going to get a little bit softer, right? That's going to be our indicator to go ahead and get started. And just like wrapping a cast or using an ace bandage, we're going to unroll it and start our wrap. We're going to try and wrap it over itself one time, first way through, and then we'll double back. I like to get about 50% overhang to make sure we're getting good adhesion. Now because it's a net and they're going to have holes inside of there, we're going to double back over top of it, pulling it tightly. I like to do 2 at the very minimum, but oftentimes you can do 3 without a problem. You may feel a little bit of heat coming off of that. That's a good sign that it's activated and ready to work. Now as you can tell here, I actually have a lot hanging off here. You can use just regular scissors and go ahead and cut. I like to stick it back in the water. If you have another piece that's ready to prepare, you have enough inside of the water to move on to that repair from there. The last step is fairly easy. We're just going to go ahead and make sure that it is nice and flat, and you're going to start to feel that heat. It's very important to take that water from the basin and rub it over top of it. What that's going to do is the product itself is trying to get in between the 2 layers and create a tight hold on the product. As you go through here, the heat will gradually get a little bit hotter, and that's your indication that you're just about ready to stop. As it smooths out, it starts off sticky, but as it keeps going, you're going to realize that it's no longer sticky. That's a good indication that the product is finished. Once it's nice and smooth, it's ready to go, and you can move on to the next repair. Oftentimes, you'll have a little bit of a larger repair to where you really wouldn't feel comfortable with tape covering it up. So one thing we suggest is with your sleeve couplings that you have in your order, we actually split it down the middle to create a little bit of a band-aid. Go right over the top, and then you just repeat the process with the same tape, going over once, back over, smoothing it out and setting it to the side. It's very fast acting, really depends on the ambient temperature, but you can expect this stuff to fully set anywhere between 5 and 15 minutes. After that, it's going to set really hard like a cast, and you'll be able to paint it, sand it down, do whatever you need with the product to make it look good. Something to keep in mind is these come in multiple different sizes, and sometimes it's hard to choose which one. Champion Fiberglass in the back of our duct catalog, you can actually find a chart based on the size of your conduit and how long of a repair you're going for. You can actually choose the correct size to match your fitting. For more information on this or any of our other products, contact your local rep or Champion Fiberglass directly. Thank you.